It's time for spelling analysis. And today we will be seeing some words that use this phonogram, which is what? E. And how will I cue it? Use E-double-E. So if you hear this saying E, I will say use E-double-E. And we'll have some other words that may have this one. What does this say? E-A. Now, you'll notice these are both spelled with two letters. So if I say use E-double-E, I mean this one. If I say use E-A, I mean this one. All right, are you ready to go? I hope you have a pencil and paper or the phonogram or the spelling analysis list that you can print out or from your workbook, or you could be using a whiteboard like me. All right, the first word is quick. The border collie is very quick. Go ahead and say quick. Now let's sound it out. Qua, I, k. Do you see this? It's a two-letter k. Go ahead and write quick. Sounding it out as you write it. That's very important. And now help me to write it and sound it out as we spell it together. Qua, I, k. And how will we mark it? We'll underline the qua and we'll underline the k. Let's read it. Qua, I, k. Quick. Why did we use two-letter k? That's right, it's after a single short vowel. So we can use two-letter qua. The next word is song. I love listening to that song. Song. Go ahead and say song. Let's sound it out. S-A-ng. Go ahead and write song. That's right, and sound it out as you write it. Okay, help me to write it. S-A-ng. And how will we mark song? We'll underline the ng. Let's read it. S-A-ng. Song. The next word is corn. I think I'll serve corn with dinner tonight. Corn. Go ahead and say corn. Let's sound it out. K. Use a k, s, or n. Go ahead and write corn. Good. Now help me to write it. K, or, n. And how will we mark it? We'll underline the or. Let's read it. K, or, n. Corn. The next word is clean. I will clean the house this weekend. Clean. Go ahead and say clean. Now let's sound it out. K. Use a k, s, l, e. Did you see this? E-a, n. Clean. Good. Go ahead and write clean. Excellent. Now help me to write it. K, l, e, n. And how will we mark it? We'll underline the E. Let's sound it out. K-L-E-N. Clean. Did you use the correct E? Go ahead and check. Excellent. The next word is duck. I saw a duck fly overhead and it was quacking. Duck. Go ahead and say duck. Now let's sound it out. D-a-k. That's right. It's a two-letter k. Go ahead and write duck. Good. Now help me to write it. D-a-k. And how will we mark it? We'll underline the k. Why could we use a two-letter k here? Because it's after a single short vowel. Let's sound it out. D-a-k. Duck. Excellent. The next word is 6. You need to do 6 laps around the track to have a mile. 6. Go ahead and say 6. Let's sound it out. S-I-X. Got it? Go ahead and write 6. Excellent. Now help me to write it. S-I-X. Let's read it. S-I-X. 6. The next word is clock. Did you set the alarm on the clock? Clock. Go ahead and say clock. Let's sound it out. K. Use a k, s, l, a, k. Clock. Yep, it's a two-letter k. That's right. Go ahead and write clock. Good. I like how you're sounding it out. That's very important. Now let's write it together. K, U, A, K. And how will we mark it? Well, underline the K. Why did we use two-letter K here? It is after a single short vowel. So let's read it. K, U, A, K, clock. The next word is real. Those flowers are not real. Real. Go ahead and say real. Let's sound it out. E, use an E-F-A, U. Real. Excellent. Sounding it out, that's right, as you write it. Good. Now help me to write it. E, O. And how will we mark it? Well, underline the E. Let's sound it out. E, O. Real. The next word is paper. Write your name on the paper tag. Paper. So, or the book is made out of paper. Go ahead and say paper. All right, how many syllables in paper? So we can hum a word to count the syllables. 2. So when we have a multi-syllable word, I'm going to do this. Say to spell pay-per. So I will tell you where the syllable breaks. And when you have a multi-syllable word, I want you to write it with a space between the syllables. Dictionaries also do this because sometimes the syllables tell us something about how that word is read or spelled. So we will say to spell pay per. Go ahead. What will we say to spell? Repeat after me. Pay per. Excellent. The first syllable is pay. Let's sound it out. A. The second syllable is per. The of her. So go ahead and write pay, per, leaving a space between the syllables. Sounding it out as you write it. Excellent. Now help me to write it. The first syllable is pay. A. The second syllable is per. And how will we mark it? We'll put a line over the A. Why did the A say its long sound? A, E, O, U usually say their long sounds at the end of the syllable. And then we'll underline the Let's go ahead and read it. Paper. Very good. The next word is milk. Carter bought a gallon of milk. Go ahead and say milk. Let's sound it out. This is a tall k. Milk. Let's sound it out one more time. Tall k. Go ahead and write milk. Good. Sounding it out is how you're assured that you write every phonogram. Let's write it together. And let's read it. Milk. The next word is ship. The ship is arriving in the harbor. Ship. Go ahead and say ship. Let's sound it out. Shh. This is sh that you may use at the beginning or the end of a syllable, but never at the beginning of any syllable after the first one except for the ending ship. And I'm saying this whole rule because here the word is ship. So sh, Go ahead and write ship. Excellent. Now help me to write ship. Sh, And how will we mark it? We'll underline the sh. Let's read it. Ship. The next word is forest. They went for a walk through the forest. Go ahead and say forest. We will say to spell for-est. What will we say to spell? For-est. Let's sound it out. The first syllable is for, or. The second syllable is est, est. Go ahead and write for-est. Excellent. Sounding out each phonogram. All right, sound it out with me. The first syllable is for, or. The second syllable is est, est. And how will we mark it? We'll underline the or. Let's read it. Or, est, forest. Good. The next word is hero. Healthcare workers today are real heroes, although we need just one. He is a hero. Hero. Go ahead and say hero. How many syllables in hero? 2. We will say to spell he-ro. What will we say to spell? He-ro. Let's go ahead and sound it out. First syllable is he, e. Second syllable is ro, o. Go ahead and write he-ro. Excellent. And help me to write it. The first syllable is he, e. The second syllable is ro, o. How will we mark it? You're right. E is saying its long sound and O is saying its long sound. And why are these saying their long sounds? A, E, O, U usually say their long sounds at the end of the syllable. Let's read it. E, O, hero. The next word is bread. I will take the bread out of the freezer so we can make sandwiches for lunch. Bread. Go ahead and say bread. Now let's sound it out. B, e. This is an E, A, D. Bread. Go ahead and write bread. Excellent. Now help me to write it. B, e, d. And how will we mark it? We'll underline the e. What sound of E, A do we hear in bread? We hear the S sound. So we'll put a 2 over it to remind us it's in its second sound. Let's sound it out. B, d. Bread. The last word is sport. Do you play a sport? Sport. Go ahead and say sport. Let's sound it out. Sp, or, t. Very good. Go ahead and write it. And now help me to write it. Sp, or, t. And how will we mark it? We'll underline the or. Let's go ahead and read it. Sp, or, t. Sport. Outstanding. I hope you can see how the phonograms and rules are coming together to spell even more complex words.
Combining the science of reading with the joy of learning. Learn more at essentials.logicoфenglish.com.